You spoke of having to do what you need to do. Does that include a formal split?
Well, we've always maintained that we're the church that's operating under the Constitution of the Episcopal Church. It's the rest of the communion in the end that's going to have to sort this out. I understand that the presiding bishop in his press conference just a little bit ago was asked what he'd do with the appeal of the Diocese of Fort Worth, and that he said it's up to the Windsor Commission, up to the panel of reference to make that determination. So again, others outside are going to have to judge the situation.
You said you'd be ministering to other people when they need that ministry. That means you'll be crossing diocesan boundaries?
Well, I think what let me say about diocesan boundaries that the diocesan boundaries have broken down. The question in the history of the Church has always been that when there are bishops who are unfaithful, that is not speaking the truth, that they are actually there. Those historic rules don't hold. We'll take counsel in each of our dioceses for how we respond to this. Again, the Diocese of Pittsburgh, of which I'm the bishop, will stand as we've stood. We are the Episcopal Diocese of Pittsburgh. I am the Episcopal Bishop of Pittsburgh, and we're going forward with the communion and in the direction that we're moving. You might want to see if Bishop John David has some things. I think he's the only other network bishop who's out here just now. We got, oh, look, isn't it wonderful how our numbers have grown?
Let me respond to the question of crossing diocesan boundaries. I think there should be crossing of diocesan boundaries at the invitation of the revisionist bishops who have divided our church so deeply. I think they should relinquish pastoral oversight of their traditionalist congregations to network bishops, and we should begin to enact legislation that will allow congregations to remove themselves canonically from their diocese and affiliate with an Orthodox Anglican Communion diocese. And that, as I say, ought to be at the invitation of those who have divided the church so badly.
Bishop, could you say your name and your
We wrote the canons which prohibit this, and we can rewrite the canons in order to enable it and welcome it. Jack Eicher, Diocese of Fort Worth.
Bishop, could you comment on the Archbishop of Canterbury's statement that he appreciated the seriousness with which his convention has considered the Windsor Report?
I haven't heard any statement from the Archbishop of Canterbury,
It was recent.
but all of us realize that this has been undertaken with a great deal of seriousness, but we've come to different conclusions at its termination, haven't we?
Presiding Bishop Griswold said he spoke with the Archbishop recently. Have anybody with the network spoken with the Archbishop or his representatives?
Yes, I think so.
I think it's fair to say that there have been conversations.
Okay, can we get any report on that?
I think we generally don't. We're not going to say anything about that.
Okay.
He understands our concerns.
Bishop Eicher, could you again state what you're seeking because of the election of the new presiding bishop?
Yes. Relationships among bishops are very important for the unity and welfare of the church. Because of the theological position she holds in this time of great division in the communion, I'm in an impaired relationship with the new presiding bishop-elect. There are different ways of thinking what the presiding bishop is. It's not just the presiding officer at meetings of the House of Bishops. It's also the chief pastor and primate of the church. When I'm not in a collegial relationship with my chief pastor, I need to look someplace else. It's an extension of the kind of thing that we've offered to congregations who are alienated from their diocesan bishop. Depot is a program that is supposedly set up to allow a congregation who's alienated from their diocesan bishop to enter into a pastoral collegial relationship with a more sympathetic bishop.